All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could join us here tonight. It is the start of a brand new week. If you're here live, it is Monday, July 25th, 2022. If you're here watching this on the replay, regardless of whenever that may be, you're going to want to watch this one all the way through. It's not going to be the longest show, but this is going to have a lot of information. And many different men and women have talked about this topic, my lady and I will be discussing here tonight, in many different ways. So it can be very confusing, but my lady and I are going to clear it up for you folks here tonight. Right, babe? She's already live on the show with me. Welcome to the show, babe. We're going to clear it up tonight,
Well,
right?
thank you. Absolutely. We're
You're
going to do
welcome.
the best that we can.
We're going to do the best we can with what we got.
Yeah, with what we got.
Yeah. And hopefully my allergies won't act up during this show. I just took my Flonase and, man, this has been a bad year for allergies. I keep saying that at the beginning of each show, but it is true. It is true. Before we get to the topic tonight here, babe, I know you have an update for those that are watching live. I know if you're watching this years down the road, it's not going to make sense. But for those watching live right now, you have an update you shared with me earlier today. You have some really, really good news.
Yes, I do. Last night we spoke about the Oak Fire and how they have evacuated many of the residents around there, including my parents. And as I was on my way home from your house today, I decided to give them a call and check in and see how they were doing out traveling the state of California. And she said, we're actually going home. They lifted the evacuation on our side.
Evacuation.
So
I love that.
Evacuation.
You were going to say vaccination or something like that, right, baby? I know that vaccination word is pretty crazy, but go ahead, baby. I got it.
Common. It's common in my language also, but yes, yes, they lifted that. And the last that I checked on my Life 360 app, because my mom and I are on that together. It's just her and I. And I could see that they were pretty close to their residence. So that's a great thing. That means that I know they have it under 10% containment. Sorry, I'm jumbling my words because I'm just so happy about it. It just really excites me that they get to go home. And at the very least, they can pack up more of their memories if they have to be evacuated again.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be evacuated again because Go ahead.
No, I just said that's the update. They're heading home. I'm super relieved. Great job to all of Cal Fire and all of the rescue and support people out there. They're doing a great job in setting up the fire lines and keeping it, starting to keep it contained, I should say.
Yeah, and I've been watching it myself, babe, and they did exactly what I figured they would do. They created, fire lines, and the fire has shifted away from the residences, including your parents' place. Those residences that were in danger, the fire is shifting the other way. If it wasn't, they wouldn't allow them to come back in. But that's great news. I'm really thrilled about that. It looks like, all of those homes that were in danger are going to be safe. And I really want to thank Cal Fire for the great job they've done this year. This year has been a horrendous year for fires, again, because we've had one of the most severe droughts in California. And there's a lot of dry grass everywhere. And, while we've done a good job, chopping up, the dry grass as best as possible here in the Bay Area, by bringing out the goats and stuff. The goats love to eat that shit, baby. It's almost impossible to completely get rid of all the dry grass, in the mountains where there's a lot more land and it's more of like living in a forest, right? So, you know,
Well, yeah, and yeah, it's where the area in which my parents live, it's not flat land. They are in the mountains. So, but my dad does a great job keeping the brush down, but there's only can do like so much you could do about the trees, you know? You can't control how dry the trees are, and you're not allowed to go down there and necessarily just cut all those down.
yeah,
He
no,
did
that,
he did a few years ago he scaled a lot of the trees back um from like close to the house.
yeah,
So there weren't so many up there.
yeah, no, that's good to hear. So again, it's very, very great to hear that the fire is not going to be in the harm's way of most homes out there, and nice to hear that you're, the home that you grew up in, one of the homes you grew up in is going to be saved. Awesome to hear that. Yeah, Johnny Rocks, thank you so much for everything you do, Coach Eli. I'm here with my lady as well. Please feel free to thank her as well. She's been an amazing part of this channel for the last, or both my channels, my coaching business and all that for the last, 10, almost 11 months we've been together. I mean, she's been actively out here with me for the last almost 3 months, but yeah, she, deserves credit too. Johnny Rocks, are you the actual Johnny Rockets on the sock account here? The guy that, most of us have known from back in the days. Let us know. JT Thunder, Mr. Thunderman is in the house here. Johnny Rocks, what's up, Johnny? Says JT. JT furthermore says, making it. What video games are you into lately? He's asking Johnny Rocks, and Johnny Rocks says, "Hey JT, how are you, buddy? Great to see you guys here. Thank you so much. We have 11 in the box, 6 likes. Please smash that thumbs up." Again, tonight's show is going to be very, very brief. This is a topic that my lady sent me, and yeah, it's a topic that many men and women talk about out here on YouTube and other aspects of social media, and there's a lot of confusion. I'm going to clear that up here tonight and share specific details, and my lady is going to share the female aspect, right? I've got the male aspect, you've got the female aspect, and together we're a great dynamic duo, right, baby?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, sorry I had to mute. These allergies, wow. Whoo-wee! JT says, passed out, just woke up, had to work pretty hard today, man. Well, looks like you took care of a lot of patients today, JT. JT is a great nurse in Texas. Great to hear that, bro. Got your messages behind the scenes yesterday. Thank you for clearing up some more information, regarding, what nurses do and what they're held accountable for. I appreciate that. California Ford Outdoors says, perfect topic of the night. Thank you so much. CFO's here, baby.
CFO, my sister. How are you doing,
Yes.
girl?
CFO California Ford Outdoors out there in Southern California, same state as we are in. She's in the Dodger land, baby. She's in Dodger territory.
Yeah, I
But you
know,
still,
and she's a Dodgers fan.
but you still love her anyway, right?
Absolutely.
And we're SF Giants fans
Absolutely.
up. We're SF Giants fans up here, baby, and we're not that fond of the Dodgers. Doesn't
And
mean we have to hate it. We
that's
don't
our
hate upon the
rival.
people,
Yeah.
right? But you know
No.
what? We have fun with it. Maybe some. Go ahead. God dang it.
No, I was just gonna say it's a complete like sporting rivalry. I know some people can take it a little too far, but I have many friends that are Dodger fans, and I have no problem with them, but we just can't sit and watch a game together, you know? It just
Yeah,
gets super emotional, like passionate. So, but yeah, no, I have no ill feelings, just because she might like the Dodgers. And you know what? I'll give the Dodgers credit for the sweep this last week, and it hurt, but I'll give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. JT says, I'm sure Coach won't mind you being here, Johnny. No, John, this is Johnny Rockets, right? Johnny, do me a favor, bro. Send me an email at Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com and let me know if you still have your original channel, and I'd be happy to unban you. You're actually a pretty good guy. I know you had some interesting experiences with other groups out here on YouTube, but you're more than welcome here. I'm here with my wonderful, beautiful lady. She's remaining anonymous for the time being. So this is my girlfriend of almost 11 months now. But yeah, you're welcome, Johnny. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So, no, not the Johnny Rocket, whoever that is, LOL. Oh, Johnny Rocks. No, that's somebody different. So you're different. Okay, I'm not sure who that is, but hey, as long as they're cool, it doesn't matter. Let's get on with the show there, baby. 11 in the box, 8 likes. Thank you, everybody. Please keep smashing those thumbs up, or that thumbs up, I mean, and share this out on your community tabs and social media, wherever you feel people will get value from watching our content. Let's get right to it. The topic of tonight's show is this. God, I'm tongue-tied tonight, baby. The topic is a woman feels women should not chase men. My lady and I discuss. One more time. The topic is a woman feels women should not chase men. My lady and I discuss. Baby, I'm going to switch over to the browser screen so it can populate on your TV before we start, talking about this. But what are your thoughts about this topic? What did you think when you first came across this and sent it to me?
Well, it's a very interesting subject because it speaks on some of the stuff that you have talked about in your shows and what you promote. Mm-hmm. And I just felt this was a different perspective. And coming from a woman, I thought maybe we could dissect that down and just see the two, perspectives there.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. Johnny Rock says, I just found you a few nights back. Love your show. Well, thank you for that. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, there is a guy named Johnny Rockets out here, and he's not a bad guy. But, he was involved with some drama stuff, and, I thought you were him, and we were going to unban it. But hey, welcome to the show. Thank you for finding us. Let's just get right to it, baby. This is from the website HaveTheRelationshipYouWant.com from Rory Ray, a woman, obviously. And the topic of the title of the blog is Why We Shouldn't Chase Men. Wow. The 4 mistakes most women make with men that send the wrong message. Wow. Why we shouldn't chase men, baby. The 4 mistakes most women make with men that send the wrong message. Now I'm going to start reading, baby, and it's going to take a little bit for it to update on your screen. But, we don't have this is not the longest blog here, and this is more like a promotion for this woman to sell her services. No problem with that. So we're going to thoroughly dissect pretty much line for line here. Okay. Instead of chasing after a man, okay, fair enough. Instead of chasing after a man, what if you learned a subtle energy shift that made him want to get closer and allowed you to know how he really feels about you? I'm going to stop right there, baby. I got to go first because I know you're going to have a response to this. But you and I have talked about this. What this woman is saying is, if you could learn as a man, if you could learn a subtle energy shift that made a man want to get closer and allowed you to know how he really feels about you. With women, baby, correct me if I'm wrong. We've talked about this. Women don't give a shit about what you think about them. What matters to women is how they feel about you. And I'm not saying that you ladies are being mean by not giving a shit about, what we think about you. But what's most important to a woman is how she feels about you. Correct me if I'm wrong. And please take over. Go ahead.
No, yeah, no, I agree with that.
Okay. Anything else to add to that? Or is it as simple as that?
No, no, it is as simple as that. It's about how, it's like you say, women are emotional, and, you know, it's their feelings that they're reacting on first. And that's basically what you're saying. Yes. When I feel that I'm being insulted, or if I'm being, somebody's being mean to me or something like that, I'm going to have a reaction immediately based on that.
Yeah.
Just that feeling alone.
Yeah. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is this is when a man and a woman first meet, a woman is pretty much going to know if she's into you or not. Like there's no in between. It's either all there or not there at all and never will be there, right? Because it when you and I met, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying this to say women are rude. It's just women are emotional. They respond up their emotions. When you first saw me, you got this energy that made you feel something. And it didn't matter what I felt for you. What mattered most to you as a woman is how you felt about me, right? I really want men and women to understand this
Yes.
from the female perspective. Please go ahead.
Well, yes, absolutely. I'm a firm believer in women's intuition, and I'm also a very intuitive person, and I can read. Um, it's a lot harder to read YouTubers behind the scene, but if I meet people in person, I could pretty much read them and feel their energy and know whether or not it's going to be a positive relationship, friendship, whatever, job environment, or if it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's how I am. And yes, I felt that positive energy. I had barely even started watching your shows at that point. I think it wasn't, well, I watched before we met a little bit, but yeah, I just had this instant feeling that you were a safe person to be with, and you were good, and that you and I actually felt this weird like connection, like wow, I think honestly like this could be my soulmate, you know,
Yep.
just by looking in your eyes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and we'll talk more about the chasing aspect here because, she said instead of chasing a man, which is a natural biological thing that women have been doing since the inception of time. Because back in the days of traditionalism, baby, I keep saying this, but I have to say it again in this case. Women were dependent on a man for survival before they got equal rights, before they were liberated, before they became independent and started working. They were dependent on a man for everything. So women would chase men. And that's a natural, feminine, biological thing. And this woman here is saying for women to not chase men. Now, I think she's trying to say in a different context, but this can be very confusing here for women and for men. I don't think she's trying to be malice. I just think she's probably really young and doesn't have a lot of experience regarding what she's speaking. And maybe she doesn't really understand how things used to be compared to how they are now. Does that make sense? That's why we do these shows here.
Yes, yeah, no, that makes sense. I had something, but keep going on, it'll come back to me.
Well, okay. Let
I
me read
had
the
a
chat
point
real
to
quick.
make.
Let me read the chat.
Yeah.
Johnny, I don't know what happened. Nightbot timed you out, buddy. Sorry about that. I'm gonna read your messages though. Nightbot can be a little finicky at times, but let's see. Johnny Rocks says, women should chase men because some men are shy. Bro, a woman is not going to chase you if you're shy. A woman's going to chase you if you're confident and you're really cool and laid back and down to earth. You're focused on your purpose, and you don't make women your purpose. Women are attracted to men that are hardworking, that focus on becoming the best version of themselves they can be. You see, with women, you just got to let them come to you. Now, don't get me wrong. You can approach women, but when you approach women, whether it's in the online dating world or whether it's in real life, you just say, hey, how's it going? I just wanted to come and say hi. You seem like a pretty cool, friendly person. You have a great smile. I just wanted to introduce myself to you. And that's it, right? Because if she feels anything, once you approach her, you walk away, she's going to come to you, right? It's all about how the woman feels. Go ahead, baby. Do you remember what you were going to say?
Yes, it did come back to me. I'm wondering, this is my thought. And I'll be honest, I did not read the blog all the way through when I got home.
That's okay.
But I'm wondering if she's trying to get across getting back to more traditional times where men would actually have to approach the woman and then show the interest first and do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've read this, and wait till we get to the next paragraph coming up right up after this, and it'll clear it up, because I get what you're saying. But that's why I did read this ahead, baby, and I probably would suggest reading at least most of the blogs in the future. You don't have to, but you'll see exactly what you just mentioned is going to be addressed in the next paragraph. But let me read a few more chat messages here before we continue, if that's cool with you, baby.
Yeah.
JT says, if I chase excellence, women chase me. Exactly. If you chase excellence, women chase you. Big round of applause for JT. You know what JT reminds me of, baby? You remember JT Snow from the Giants, right? And
absolutely.
And Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow have been doing the Giants broadcast for 30 years. And Dwayne Kuiper, is the play-by-play. And then, Mike Krukow is the color man, color commentary, right? And every time, Snow would come up, Dwayne Kuiper would be like, JT, hits it high, hits it deep, out of here, JT. He used to call him JT with that deep. So every time I see JT, John Tuttle here, he reminds me of JT Snow. You remember what the JT stands for, right, baby?
Oh, don't put me on the spot right now.
It's Jack Thomas Snow, baby. Jack Thomas Snow.
I knew it was Thomas. I just couldn't remember if it was John or Jack.
Baby, if you had a name like Jack Thomas, you would go by JT also. When you have a first name like Jack as a guy going through grammar school nowadays or high school, if you have the name of Jack, man, you're gonna never mind. Let's let's continue, baby. I'm behaving well below my age right now, baby. It's all good. I simply do not chase women. I chase my interests and chase to be the best at my interests. And that's what's attractive to women. Exactly, JT Thunder, COCK. God, that name kills me, man. That's exactly right, baby. I mean, honestly, baby, what are you attracted to regarding a man? What attracted you to me?
Well, first and foremost, you're absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, goodness.
And
thank you, baby. Shucks,
I know. But no, it was watching your show, listening to your perspectives on things, and it made a lot of sense to me with a lot of past relationships that I had been in. And understanding why these men were acting the way that they were acting. And I just kind of fell in love with, who you are as a person and what you want to do for the world. I see all the good in you, and that's just what made me fall in love with you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, baby. Thank you. And folks, it's just for example purposes. We're not trying to toot each other's
Ouch.
horns. Sorry, live on the air, but you know, we
Toot
we like
toot.
to, yeah, we like to, teach by example. Let's see here. What else? CFO California Forward Outdoor says, I'm traditional. If a man is interested in me, say something to make me laugh, then he can court me. Okay, yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah. No, CFO, you are old school, and I respect that about you. You're like my lady. You come from the old school Generation X, but you still have the modern roots. You have a great hybrid. And that's what I want to try to help, the millennials and the post millennials learn as well. Yes, everyone's a modern day woman nowadays due to feminism, due to women's lib. But you should still have some traditional core roots. That's what I feel works best. Johnny Rock says
Hmm.
making a woman feel safe is incredibly important, and Coach Eli made his lady feel safe. Well, that's a big part of it, man. Johnny Rocks, I'm beginning to really believe you're a troll based on a comment you mentioned down below. But as long as you're cool, bro, you can stay. But my lady and I are incredibly intuitive, but anyway, no worries.
Wait, what
JT
was that
says,
last one?
well, the last one he said,
What was,
making a woman feel safe is incredibly important, and Coach Eli made his lady feel safe. It wasn't that. Like
yeah,
down below he mentions, last woman I chased turned out to be a drunk. Nothing worse than a female drunk. She was so petty and sensitive. Yeah, and it's making me believe it's a stab at you, baby. I mean,
yeah,
that
I
to
believe
me,
so too.
yeah,
But you know what?
I think,
You're absolutely right. Women can be petty and sensitive.
uh-huh.
Um, but that's not me. I mean, I don't think I do that with you. But yeah, if that's a stab at me, all right.
Yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
I think it's the super troll, but let him stay for now, We'll let that one slide, dude. Um, you see how the trolls, they amp up their trolling. They start off by trying to pretend to be someone real, and then they slowly
Oh
start
yeah.
they start slowly throwing in the insults, right? Come on. If I wanted to be the best
Yep.
super troll on YouTube, I'd troll the shit out of all of you, but it's not within me to do that, right?
We don't have time for that.
I've got my VPNs and hundreds of accounts like you all do, and it's just stupid as hell. All right. JT says, Johnny, I know someone is telling you what to say to start stuff, man. Just stop doing weird stalkers binding, please. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, JT. Good point. CFO says, JT, how is your night going? Johnny rocks. I hate when women can't handle their lives and emotions and turn to alcohol to cope. All right, Johnny, you're out of here. Have a nice night.
Bye.
Have a nice night, dude. I mean, enough is enough, dude.
I
All
know
right.
you don't
So,
like it when I say that, babe. I know you don't like it when I do that. Bye. But for
yeah.
people like that, they're gonna get that. Bye.
Yeah. And by the way, I think Moonlight's trolling too from the other side. The same thing every night, no matter when we go live. Hello, just out of work. How's everyone tonight? Should we get rid of Moonlight, baby? I think I saw her elsewhere.
Well,
I'm gonna get rid.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's just go through our show right now
Let's leave Moonlight for right
and
now.
not talk about them. Is Moonlight in the chat?
Yes, I think she's trolling too,
Oh,
based on some stuff I saw.
it hasn't come up. It
Well,
hasn't
it'll
come
come
up on
up.
my screen.
It'll come up. Hello, just out of work. How's everyone tonight? Same line every night. Just out of work. How's everyone tonight? And I've seen her elsewhere. Put it that way. Your call, baby. I'll let
Alrighty.
you.
Well, I'll say let's just see what else we have to say and whatever else she has to say.
All right, it's all good. We have CFO mod in the chat, so CFO can always ban her too, if necessary. CFO Johnny, not a woman, is like that. Moonlight High, says CFO. JT says, I worked at 5 a.m. and got off early at about 4:15 p.m. Then ate some fajitas, watched a movie, and passed out. LOL. Well, you worked hard, JT. Awesome day, man. JT, that's awesome. Let's see. I missed one. Count Alessandro de Caligostro Giuseppe Balsamo. I love Jack Thomas Snow. Well, we do too. Have yourself a great night. Take care. All right, baby. Next part here. Let's see. This is such a powerful concept, and yet most of us are stuck in doing the same thing when we meet a man we're attracted to. Things that often don't work and actually scare a man away. Not to mention, we don't really know if his feelings are genuine and get caught off guard when he ghosts us or disappears. Men that are attracted to you physically will only ghost you if they feel they don't have a shot with you. Or, they try to get close to you and you deny them. If a woman's really into you, she's going to want to be close to you almost right away. It's just the way it goes. Trust me when I say
Disagree.
that, right? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yes. But what I want to say on that is this is where women, it's hard for us to trust what the actual feeling, if they're genuine. Because a lot of times, I'm speaking from experience, when I was on these dating sites, I would say half of them were married men. So their intentions were not genuine. And then, yes, they do ghost and disappear because, now they're getting along with their spouse, or now, maybe she figured it out. So, yeah, there's two sides to that story. We have to be very cautious because we don't know what they are intending to do.
Yeah. No, I understand that. But women are very intuitive, like you said, baby, and like you are. And like, how soon after meeting with me that first night we met did you start feeling you could feel safe with me?
I felt safe with you that first night.
How soon?
Like, instantly.
Okay, stop right there.
And I think it had to do with our conversations that we had. And then when I saw you, yes. And then when I saw you and I looked into your eyes, I saw the goodness and I felt safe immediately.
Okay.
I have been out on dates and I will get a vibe and I'll be like, oh, hell no. And I will talk to the bartender and be like, you gotta get me out of here or do something, because make a distraction because I'm gonna bounce.
Okay.
This guy's freaking me out.
That's what it is. Guys, you just heard it from the horse's mouth. And baby, I'm not trying to call you a horse. It's a figure of speech. Okay. You knew that, baby. You knew that.
Yes. Yeah.
But babe, my man called me a horse live on the air. Oh God, no. It's a figure of speech. She knows it. She's a smart one, okay? But my lady just proved it right here, live on the air. She felt she could instantly trust me once she met with me. Why? Because she was going to say that we talked on the phone the night before. This is why I tell guys, if you're looking for something genuine, and ladies, if you're looking for something genuine, you can message back and forth through an app or a dating site for a day or two, then get on the phone and have a 1-hour conversation. It should be at least 30 minutes, preferably an hour. The reason why I say try to push it to an hour is because if a woman's going to give you an hour of her time with the amount of options she has nowadays and being busy at work and stuff, then she really likes you. If you're on a phone call with a woman for an hour, unless you do something royally stupid or don't look anywhere near your pictures when you meet her, then you're in, right, baby? So in essence, we had an hour. I think we talked for over an hour because we just can't stop talking. Like you and I talked probably like an hour and a half or 2 hours the night before we met, right? And it felt almost like we had
Mhm.
known each other for a long time, like after that call, right?
Yes.
So, and that's the
Yes.
thing.
Can I?
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. 1 second, honey. On the
Yeah,
screen, it's very blurry. I don't know if you can adjust it. Like, can't read any of the comments at all.
it's not the screen; it's your connection, baby. It's the connection. You have to wait for the connection to come back. It is perfectly clear.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to mention that. I didn't know because you're like seeing you down in the corner, you're clear, but just all the words. I just thought maybe it was a too small of a font or something. I'm sorry.
No, no. Every so often, because you're using your mobile phone to be on this through StreamYard and you're streaming on your TV, if the bandwidth from the tower fluctuates, you're going to have a little bit, it's going to lower the resolution on your TV, but it'll go back up to 1080p when it can. So
Yeah.
it
All
should
right. I
clear up.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah,
about the
no.
interruption.
No, no problem at all. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. So let's continue here. JT, um, Johnny, I think is Johnny Rocket doing what someone tells him he is a vulnerable individual. Of course, bro. Of course. Or it's somebody pretending to be him. And it's not a big deal, dude. CFO says women are drawn to a strong professional man, not a mama's boy who hides under mama's skirt. Amen. Couldn't have said it better myself. Um,
Absolutely. But
yeah,
also
Moonlight.
a man that
Go,
respects
go
his
ahead.
mother at the same time. Also a man that respects his mother at the same time. Because if he does, then you know he's going to treat you well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with being a mama's boy to a certain extent. I'm not saying like live off your mama's, what, right? But being
Oh,
raised
no,
right by
no,
mama.
no. That's not what I'm saying.
I know
Yeah,
that's not what you're
that's
saying.
not. I'm not saying that.
I know I know. I was kind of also responding to what CFO put out there. I get what she's saying. Okay, what you're saying is that the way a man treats his mother with respect is the way he's going to treat a woman he's dating. I understood what you were saying.
Yeah.
That was it. That makes sense, right, baby? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's continue here. Yeah.
Um,
Moonlight. I
can
hold on,
I?
babe. 1 second. Moonlight. I have reason to believe you're trolling, but I'm going to let you stay. And there are people that pretend to be good to see how far they can last. I'm thinking that, but you haven't done anything wrong, so I'm going to let you stay. So no worries. I mean, the fact that you're trying to now call me out on me calling you out, it's more so showing you're a troll. Because if you're not a troll, it's oh no, I'm not a troll. I'm just this person. But I understand, people troll out here, right? So don't fight it. If you keep fighting it, then you're going to prove you're a troll. Go ahead, babe.
I slightly disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because if Moonlight is a woman, which I believe she is, um, I could see that everything has been going fine. You haven't mentioned anything about her not being real, and then just out of nowhere, you say that, and that's why she's confused. Um, and and when women feel attacked, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Like, I
Yeah.
just like
Well,
she said, I just get off of work this time.
I've
Is that a
I've seen
problem?
I've seen Moonlight in other chats and other chats of people we aren't fond of, and they were talking about her. Okay, and she knows that. Let's just continue. If she doesn't violate my rules, she can
Alrighty.
stay. Okay, that's all. I'm not an idiot. Let's move
Mhm.
forward. Okay. So, let's see. CFO says, men or women. Sorry. I'm skipping here. JT says if a man or a woman, for that matter, is only available at certain times or days, then they are married 99 to 1. That's true because someone that's single is going to be able to find time for the right person. They're either married or they're in another relationship that they're unhappy with yet, but they're trying to find their replacement before they leave the one they're with. You're right, JT. Great point. That's a good point D made there, says JT. Well, yeah, thank you for that. See, you got a compliment there, baby, from JT. Okay, no comment from my lady. Let's continue. CFO says men or women should be considered when it comes to their lives due to work or family emergency or so on. Okay. Furthermore, CFO says for the couples, schedule a date night so that way y'all can stay connected. Right, you have to have date nights even once you get married. The dating and courting process, for a man to a woman never stops, even when you're married and even when you have kids. You got to take your wife out on dates at least once, maybe twice a week. You gotta be there for your wife in the same ways you were before you got married and had kids, or it's not going to work. Do you agree with that, babe?
I do. And you and I
Go ahead.
talked about that just the other night, I think. You were asking about when I was married and how often we would make time for dates. And in the beginning was a little easier. Um, and I think that's just because the grandparents wanted my children all the time, you know? So they're like, go out on a date, go have dinner. We're going to watch the kids. Um, but as we got older and our jobs and the timing and the kids' activities, there was no
Mm-hmm.
time for date night. No, and I do think that that does contribute to a loss of connection between a couple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at some point, you just become roommates then.
Right. Right, baby. Just the other night at a hometown football game, my
Football.
wife and I ran into
My old high school flame.
and as I
Do you want
introduced
me to keep
them, the past came back to me,
asking back to me?
and I couldn't help but think of the way things used to be. Yeah, go ahead, baby. The little Garth Brooks right there, back in the days, baby. Garth, man.
Yeah. So what? So
Sometimes,
yeah, you got to
sometimes
thank
we
God
for unanswered prayers. That's right. Go ahead, baby.
for unanswered prayers. Exactly.
Remember when you're
So yes,
talking to the man
to the man
upstairs,
upstairs.
and just because he may not
I should not
answer, at least
sing.
doesn't mean he
It
don't
doesn't
care.
mean he don't care.
Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Right. Right.
Wait a
Okay.
second.
Yeah.
Did you just take her off?
Nope. She retracted her message, baby.
Or did
She probably
Oh,
she
she did.
probably said
Okay.
she probably said something very derogatory, and we can catch it on the replay because
No,
it
yeah, I
gets
don't know.
screen recorded. She retracted
All
her
right, let's
message,
go.
baby. Yeah.
Okay.
Itchy balls, just based on your name. Have a good night.
Bye. Yeah, I don't want any
itchy.
itchy balls around me.
I don't want any itchy balls in my chat.
I don't want any itchy balls in my life. Go away.
That's
I don't know. What do you have to say about that, JT? Do you want itchy balls in your life?
yeah, Moonlight, have yourself a great night. Now I know you're from the other side because you're getting triggered that you got called out. You wouldn't be behaving that way if it was a clear misunderstanding. You see, that's what these people don't get. When we're being trolled by other groups, right? Like a targeted trolling attack, right? You see the patterns, right? You call these people out, right? Politely, and then they start getting triggered, right? The thing is, if you weren't from this trolling group, right, you wouldn't get triggered. You say, no, I'm just new here. I don't know who they are, but, hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm just here, right? But instead, you got triggered and annoyed. So have a great night and go back to the other side, okay? You don't fool me. I know my stuff, and so do you, baby. All right, let's continue. and we'll get to more of the chat in a bit. We may have to take a break, baby. It's 44 minutes. Let's read one more line here because this is taking a long time to get through, even with such a short blog. But that's okay. We allotted an hour and a half for this anyway. Look, I know how frustrating it is to sit back and let a man drift away. We want a man to know we're interested in him. We want to make it easy for him to ask us out again. Then do it. Then why don't you do it? We want to seem enthusiastic and easygoing. Okay, we want you to be that way too. That's what attracts us guys to you women. When you're enthusiastic and easygoing. Baby. Wow, baby. That I'm not triggered. I'm like, yes, that's the right answer. Your thoughts, baby. Your thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, we absolutely want to know that they're interested. And we do want to be somewhat enthusiastic, show interest as well.
Somewhat.
But, well, we want to make sure that they know we're interested, but we have to also vet the same way you guys vet. And you know, I don't want to actually chase someone so quick if I'm a little apprehensive. That's why
baby,
phone calls, meetings.
Yeah.
What?
When you met me,
yeah,
baby.
No, I'm not.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, why? And I've done this in the past where when I was single and I would meet somebody online and I would just be like, oh my gosh, this guy is so wonderful. And I would just blow up his phone and he was gone. It was too much.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there has to be a balance of what the woman does and what the man does back so that it's an equal interest in each other.
Yes, but here's the thing, okay? It has to be a well-balanced two-way street. But the truth of the matter is women have all the power in the dating world nowadays. And that's because of the thirsty beta males overinflating every single woman's value, even bigger women, unattractive women, all right? These guys go on and they swipe right on every woman, and women literally have hundreds of matches per day. When you were on Match.com, baby, tell me that you weren't getting bombarded by messages. Come on, baby. Be real about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but all of it was trash. Like,
of course.
Besides you.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
thank you, baby.
There were guys, I literally in the town that I live in, they would hit me up on Match.com, and I'm like, dude, I know you're
They
married.
would hit me up?
I know where you live.
That? You speak like that, baby? You say
Honey,
hit me up?
sometimes I do. Yeah,
that's kind of ghetto, baby.
But slide into the DM.
They would slide into my DM. They would slide into your DM or hit you up. All right, baby. Go. God dang it, man. God, this lingo really annoys me.
I'm sorry. I raised children and it just rubbed off.
Does your daughter does your daughter tell her fiance to hit her up on the phone, like when she's out or something? Never mind. Go ahead.
No, but that's not how they talk anymore because they're engaged, silly. No, I'm just saying, like, it's so obvious. And I'm just like, dude, like, I don't even know why you would show interest in me because we know each other and I know your wife. What the actual fuck? You know, some of these guys are just dumb. Half of them were dumb. And that's what baffled me because on Match, you pay money for that. And I don't know if they were on there because that is a lot more like as a woman, if you are suspecting your husband is online internet searching for women, you can get on all those free sites, create your own sock account, whatever. But on this site, you actually have to pay. And so there's a little more privacy involved there.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand that, babe. Um, yeah, no, it's just that regardless, I think that that men should never, ever, ever chase a woman. They should never chase a woman from the very beginning. They should show interest and say, "Hey, I just came across your profile. Sounds like we have similar interests. I would love to chat with you if you're interested and get to know you better." And leave it at that. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to initiate
Yeah.
contact. That's not being desperate, needy, weak, and secure, right? Okay. Now, the
Yeah.
woman, let's say she responds to you, "Hey, nice to meet you, Bob, Jack, John, whatever," right? "Nice to meet you too." You go back and forth like a game of tennis. Coach Corey Wayne calls it like a game of tennis. You hit the ball over the net, you wait for the woman to hit it back, right? Right? You don't keep hitting the ball over the net if she hasn't hit it back. You don't take the automatic, you know, tennis ball machine that serves automatic tennis balls when someone's practicing, right? You don't take that machine and put it on rapid fire and fire it at the woman. You're going to kill her that way, right? That's what happens. Is you want to keep the communication flowing back and forth. And as a guy and a gal, you're looking to see how soon are they responding to you? Are they responding to you within a reasonable amount of time? Now, a lot of people say, what is a reasonable amount of time? Well, the truth of the matter is this. If someone is super attracted to you, it doesn't matter how busy they are, they'll get back to you within a few hours to maybe, 4 hours by the end of their workday, right? If they're lukewarm attracted to you and they have other options, they'll get back to you by the next day. But, what I recommend for people to do is just keep some conversations going back and forth. And eventually you'll find one that flows with you and flows with the other party. And then after that, you get on the phone, you talk for an hour or so and see how that goes. And if it flows, you, the guy, ask her on a date. And then you basically, I would never meet a woman during the daytime, no matter what they say, because you're looking to put the woman in a situation where there's a chance for romance to happen. Now, here's the thing. A woman's safety is important too. If you know how to talk to a woman, you're a good guy, and you make her feel comfortable, like I made my woman feel comfortable. She met me after she got off of work at like 9:30 in the evening in a Safeway parking lot. And we just sat in my car, and she looked at me like a deer in headlights, and I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with this woman? Am I in or am I out?" I couldn't even tell. And then she was really into me, and she told me, and the rest is history, right? But as a guy, you don't chase. As a guy, you don't chase. You let the woman chase you. And baby, here's the truth of the matter. No disrespect. I love you. Like my woman chases me all the damn time. Like she calls me all the time. She texts me all the time. Now, there are times where I text her first, right, baby? But how much more often, baby, do you text me first or reach out to me first compared to me reaching out to you first, even after like 10 or 11 months?
Um, you know what? In the beginning, it was more of myself in the morning texting you. I would get up, I would go to work, and after I would like on my first break, I would just be like, "Hey, good morning. How are you doing?" Um, so that was how that was. And as we got more a little secure, I would say. I felt more secure in the relationship. It just kind of goes back and forth now. If you decide to do an early stream, you'll hit me up like at 9 o'clock in the morning and say, "Hey, I'm gonna do such and such today." And I'm like, "Oh, great, looking forward to it. And by the way, good morning." Um,
Yeah, but who's
so now
who's
I think
initiated?
now
Go ahead.
go on.
Who do you
No,
who
no, what is your
who
question?
who has made the most initial? Okay, who is the one that reaches out first each and every day, most of the time in our relationship to contact, to connect?
At right now?
Right
Are you
now, in the
saying
past,
currently at
yeah.
at 10 and a half months, I say it's equal. I say we both know what we're doing throughout the day. We check in with each other, and you make me aware of your streams and what you're doing as far as like what time the walks are, all of that. Um, I let you know, if I get up, hey, I have an appointment today at this time, so I won't be
Hmm.
available, to get on and moderate, or, I think it just
Yeah.
kind of goes back and forth on
Well, you
whoever
expect
kind of
you
gets up first and starts their day.
you're you're expecting me to send you information on the business. I'm not just reaching out to you because I'm trying to figure out if you're
Yeah,
banging some other guy or
it
anything. I'm
just,
secure. I'm like it's just to say, hey, okay, I'm doing this right now, baby. If you want to check out the show, you can. If not, we can talk later. Have a good day. That's it, right? It's a secure
and
way.
yes, it's a,
Yeah.
yes, that's what I was going to say. I think we've just gotten to a point in our relationship where we're completely secure and trust each other. So we don't have to constantly check in and see what each other are doing. You know, if I text you and you don't get back to me within so much time, I'm not worried that
Okay, but let me ask you this:
you're out
who
with
who
another
actually
woman.
right? Who actually in the beginning of our relationship? Who was initiating most of the contact? Let's go back there.
Me. That's what I
Okay.
said. I
Now
said
let
in
me
the
ask you this
beginning it
question.
was me.
Right. Now let me ask you this. Throughout the days, who contacts the other side more often? Is it me or you?
Um, I think it all depends on the days and what's going on. Honestly, there
Okay.
are some days that like literally nothing is going on, but a majority of the time, yes, I'm contacting you more.
Okay. That's the
And it
and,
has
and
to
I'm
do
praising
with,
you. And I'm praising you. But go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, no, I mean, it all just depends on what is happening in with the business. I mean, because I will blow your phone up with these blogs
Uh-huh.
uh so hard that your phone wants you to block me, you
Yeah, I was
know?
gonna say my iPhone
Um,
thought you were spamming me like a few weeks back when you sent me like 10 in a row. I was out at the Walgreens getting us some stuff, and you were like blowing it up,
get me
and it
some
asked
milk for
me,
my Kahlua.
yeah, would you like that's great. Would you like to silence this notification or block this person? No, that's my woman. I mean, that'd be nice for a little while to get some peace and quiet, but no, I'm just kidding, baby. I'm just kidding. um, but um,
LOL.
but here's the thing, babe. Here's the thing. When a woman is reaching out to you, she's not dumping you. When here's the thing. Relationships, the relationship has to be the woman's idea. Okay? She has to be the one that tries to lock you down. She has to be the one that initiates connecting most of the time. And once you move in together, it doesn't really matter. But if the woman is not doing 70 to 80% of all calling, texting, and pursuing, then she's gonna feel like it's not her idea anymore, and she'll get bored and it'll get stale, right? Even to this day, baby, yes, I have reached
Mhm.
out to you more than before, but you still do about 70 to 80% of all calling, texting, and pursuing. That is a fair statement, and it works beautifully. And that's the way it's supposed to be,
Yes.
because women need more emotional stimulation than men. So they're going to reach out more often. And men, we love you. We want to reach out to you too, but we don't feel the need to reach out to you as often because we don't need as much emotional stimulation as you do. We just want to work and do our thing and then come home to you or come home and call you if, we're not spending that night together. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, and you know what? Can I speak for myself? And then once I
Yes.
say this, can we get to the chat? Because I have some questions.
Yes.
Um,
We need to take a break too.
as for myself, yeah, as for myself, a lot of times the reason I will call you right on the fly or text you is because I get really excited. Like today when I found out about my parents going home, I knew you were getting ready to go out for your walk, but I had to call you. I
Of
just had to tell
course.
you that because that was so exciting.
Baby, that is
Um,
baby, that is
and
feminine. That is feminine energy. You felt happy and you wanted to share
yes,
it with one of the people that means the most to you. That's normal. Go ahead. Yeah.
yes, yeah, and that's
Yes.
just what
Yes.
I'm trying to say is a lot of times
Amen.
I just I have to just let that go right when it happens, whether it's happiness, sadness, confusion. Like if I get something, an email or something in the mail, and I don't quite understand what they're saying, I'm going to call you right away and be like, I need help, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that's not to say that I'm not smart. It's just that there are some things that I'm doing right now that are very new to me and I need a little assistance with to understand some of the lingo.
Right.
All
Okay.
right, let's go over the chat and then we'll take our break.
Sounds good. And when we get back, we're gonna have to blitz through the rest because at the rate we're going, we're gonna be here 5 hours. For a blog we could have gone through in 45 minutes. But yeah, we really started to go through it really, really deep. Uh, this guy is so weird and talks so much. Well, thank you, CFO, for taking care of that. Yeah, it's all good. All right.
She's
Coaching
doing
his
great.
lady. Yeah, she is. Thank you. Thank you for modding the chat. JT says, absolutely. Maybe someday the economy will be where people can do what they need. JT furthermore says, Coach and his lady made the joke. I just joined in. Didn't mean any harm. Yeah, no worries, man. No big deal.
I don't know
Uh,
what he was talking about. That was my confusion. What did I miss?
he said my balls itch from time to time. Don't all men kind of play with them
Oh,
things too much from
I get it. Okay. I missed that comment. I didn't see it.
my woman cannot
So
let
I
one
just,
thing go. My woman she is so intuitive. It drives me insane. 'Cause I'm intuitive too, and that's rare for a guy. I think you have intuition too, JT. That's rare for a guy. But my woman, god dang, she's like a hawk. My mother is the hawk. My woman is Hawk Junior. All right, let's continue here. Let's see. JT, well, in the meantime, just do what makes you happy and move on to CFO. JT, we forgive you, but thanks for making me laugh. It says CFO. JT says, you didn't hear them talk about that? She goes, yeah, I heard it. Okay, I was just joking. Yeah, no big deal. JT, thanks. A morning text is what I like. That's a sign that he's interested, says CFO. Yeah, baby, talk about that.
yeah, I totally agree because when you're first getting into something with a new person, yeah, the woman is probably going to be um the aggressor in sending the text, but I know personally, sometimes I would just wait just to see if you would send a text, just to see if you were
Oh,
thinking about me.
so women play the game too. So us guys are like, well, we don't want to
It's
seem
not just
desperate.
a game.
Yeah.
It's not just a game. It's just a matter of I want to see that you have as much interest as I do, so I don't waste my time on another beta man, you
Well,
know?
I want to keep you chasing me so you stick around. And if I give you everything, you're gonna get bored and stop chasing me and go bang some other chat or something, baby. Baby, it works both ways.
Well,
You gotta
and
understand.
exactly, and you
Yeah.
did it the right way. I'm not
I,
saying that how we went around our relationship here, it was not wrong. It was perfect because we had the perfect balance in how much I contacted you, how much you contacted me. You know, I know at first I would get nervous if I didn't hear from you and think that I was being
mm-hmm.
ghosted.
Yeah.
But once once I became secure in our relationship and I knew, I think it actually was after you told me you loved me, is that I pretty much knew
You
you
told
weren't
me
gonna
first.
ghost me.
You told me you loved me
I
first,
told you
though.
first, but I did, and it was when you told me is when I knew.
Like 2 weeks later, after you told
So
me, because you told me like 2 weeks
yes,
into the relationship, and I'm like, damn, this is really fast. This
no,
woman,
no, it
yeah,
wasn't 2 weeks in the
it
relationship.
was. It was
You
something
are
like that.
exaggerating.
Maybe a month, maybe 3 weeks or a month. It was during the first month, baby.
Go
You were like,
on.
I'm keeping it real, but it's okay. I'm not going to put my lady on the spot here. Let's see here. Um, D is cool. You can always do a part two. Yeah, no, we're going to finish it up tonight, but we're going to take a break right now, babe. I'm going to actually, well, anyway, what do you have to say so far about the first part of the show? When we get back, we're going to really start to blitz right through it.
Yeah, no, I think it's been a great first part. I think we've touched base on the fact that yes, I believe women should do more of the chase at first, but there needs to be a point when the man needs to turn around and show that he is just as interested.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, look, both men and women have to show interest, but this is the way I've seen it work best, and I've heard many other coaches share it this way, especially my favorite coaches, Coach Corey Wayne and Coach Dan Bacon. And, you know, you basically, as the woman, your woman needs to be, to show just a little more interest in you all the time. You need to show just slightly a little less interest in your woman than she is, because she needs to feel, women need to feel like they won a prize. They need to feel like their man is like no other man on the planet, right? And if you are, if you're showing more interest than your woman all the time, then it's going to start to feel weird for her, and she's going to start to lose respect, and she's going to feel like, you know, she's just going to start feeling weird. So I get it, baby. It's a fine balance, but the woman has to feel like she's winning a prize. It's the truth of the matter. Okay? Good enough before we go to break here, or so we can go to break? Where is she? You're muted.
Oh shoot, I was muted. Yes, no, I'm totally ready for break.
All right, baby. I'm going to put you backstage, and we will be back in just a little bit, a little less than 10 minutes. So backstage you go, baby. Okay?
Bye.
All right. So my lady is backstage. Music is all queued up. Music is all queued up. Let's go back to full screen. Gonna step away for an 8 or 9 minute break and finish this up when we return. So stick around. Stick around. Stick around. Round. We'll be right.
the same.
Oh yeah, we're back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Yeah. Otis McDonald with Magic Part 2. Then you have magic. Yeah. Woo. Feel it, gotta feel it, gotta feel real good. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel good tonight. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel good. There better be a lot of 1s in there when I look. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2, uncensored live streams for at least another maybe 12 to 24 hours or so. I plan on changing the channel name at some point tomorrow. And if you have any ideas of what you would like me to change the channel name to, please put it in the chat if you're here live. Put it in the comments section if you're on the replay, or email me at coacheli@coach.eliasmelas.com. My email is below in the description, or if you're on a laptop or desktop, go to the About section and click on the email link there. Yeah, lots of great things coming to this channel. We are getting closer and closer to being monetized each and every day. We should be monetized sometime by the end of this week or weekend, or maybe early next week, depending how long it takes for YouTube to process our watch hours. We are very close to 3,700 watch hours and counting. So thank you to everyone that's been in support. Once this channel does get monetized, my Walking with Purpose live streams will be moving from my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, to this channel here. And then we're going to focus primarily on high-quality, bite-sized, pre-recorded content in the highest quality, 4K at 60 frames per second. We're also going to be doing some more YouTube shorts. Those are those TikTok-style videos that are a minute or less. And we will also be focusing on some exclusive members-only content. So, stick around for that. I'm not going to get any further into it tonight. My lady and I are also still contemplating what we're going to do with the members-only chat package and stuff. I mentioned a little bit about that on my Walking with Purpose stream earlier today on my main channel. If you missed it, go check it out for more information. Just go to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot is sharing the link in the chat every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. In the meantime, until this channel gets monetized, if you would like to send a donation to help support the channel, you can do so in any amount on PayPal or Cash App. Nightbot has been sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes. Or on PayPal, just go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $The Real Coach Eli. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. All right. Wow, finished right when the song ended there. All right, my lady's been waiting patiently behind the scenes. I hope she had a good break. Let's bring her back on to the show. Babe, welcome back, babe.
Babe. Hi there.
Baby, oh.
Baby, oh.
That dude became famous because of this platform we're currently on, baby, YouTube.
I know.
Baby, who says anyone and everyone can't make it big on YouTube if you keep on going no matter what? Don't let anyone get in the way of your success, right?
Right?
Right? Baby,
Gotta
come on,
own it.
little more oomph, baby. Feel it. Do you feel the fire, baby? Do you feel the fire tonight? Oh my God.
I do.
All right. Tonight, my lady and I have been discussing a woman feels women should not chase men. My lady and I discuss one more time. The topic is a woman feels women should not chase men. My lady and I discuss. And it's a pretty short blog, But we got through like maybe the first 3 or 4 paragraphs, and it took us over an hour to get through that. So we're going to kind of blitz through the last part here. Let's get right back to it. What do you say, baby?
Let's do it.
Let's get back over to the browser screen. We'll check out the chat when we get a chance. Angels Asylum, where's Eli? I was on break, like JT said. Welcome. What's that?
Nothing. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we don't have to read everything, baby. It's okay. We don't have to read everything. It's okay. Not a big deal. I have an idea.
No. That's not. No, that's not what I was gonna say at all. But no, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all good in the hood. All right. Let's see here. We know we're not supposed to be chasing after him, and yet we're doing it in ways that we're not even aware of. Well, let me say something about that real quick, and then I want to get your thoughts, baby. So this blog author, who's a woman, is saying, we know we're not supposed to be chasing after him, and yet we're doing it in ways we're not even aware of, because it's part of your natural feminine biological essence to chase men. Because before you were liberated, no disrespect, right? You women were chasing men because you needed to find a man that would marry you for survival. And it's still a part of your natural biology, even in the modern world, despite the fact that you ladies have become independent. This is why this woman is saying, we know we're not supposed to be chasing after him, and yet we're doing it in ways that we're not even aware of subconsciously, because that's part of our natural biology, baby. What are your thoughts about that? Does that make sense, what I just said?
Yes, to a certain degree.
To a certain
I
extent? Okay.
believe. Yeah. I mean, in today's world, I don't think that women are chasing men like they did in the past, as far as like what you're saying, to
Why not? Why
have
not,
that
baby?
security.
Be specific.
Alrighty, well, if you would not interrupt, I could.
Sorry, I'm excited.
Yes. So I think back in the day, women didn't chase men in the same way that's happening today. What women would do is, because obviously there was no social media, the technology wasn't there. So they would find out where this boy worked or lived, and, just like kind of walk by looking really pretty, trying to get his attention. And that was.
You're right. I'm laughing because you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah. And now we're in a completely different world. Like, we are still, like, we've always been chasing, but like, we don't even realize we're doing it. When us women, get all dolled up to go out on a Friday night, what are we doing? We're out there trying to get attention from men, even if we're not into them, even if we're not looking for that. We just want to know we still got it.
Right. But see, baby, you know what the thing is? You hit the nail on the head. Women back in those days, I feel, took better care of themselves physically. Now, I'm not saying that some women don't do it nowadays. They do. But more and more women, I've seen more and more women today, especially in their 20s and 30s. I would see them on the dating apps, before I had met you, and in between relationships in the past. And, younger women nowadays are larger than ever before. No disrespect. I'm not criticizing them. Some of them look okay being a bit thick, but a lot of them are extremely overweight, and they're flaunting their big booties and their big boobies, right? Back in those days, women were a lot slimmer, and they knew that in order to attract that prominent man that could provide for them so they can survive, they needed to take care of themselves. Nowadays, I feel that because women have so many more options, especially because of these thirsty beta males that overly validate them, women don't have to take as good care of themselves, and they still get men. So there's nothing to work for. Do you get what I'm saying? But I understand where you came from.
Yes. Well, this is a really crappy thing that one of my exes told me, but it's so true. He said, there is a penis for every vagina. There is like literally a man, like everybody has their own taste, styles, what they like. And I just say to each their own. If some men like women that are a little larger, that's on them. If that's what they think is beautiful, great. If some men like them to be more a little bit athletic, great. If some like anorexic women with nothing, great. That's their choice. Same with women, we choose, what we like. I personally would not be with anybody who was overweight. That's just my own personal preference because, like you, I do like to get out there and move and do things and stay fit.
Right,
So it
correct.
just would not be a good match for me.
I agree. And JT, I'm sorry, for some reason Nightbot timed you out, but JT says I would say women absolutely chase men for security. Maybe they don't necessarily have to, but they do. Yeah, even in the modern world where women have been liberated, no, women still want a man that does his part and makes at least as much money as she does, and is able to be a good provider, for the women that actually still want that. And some women, just want to work and be more career focused and just casually date. I mean, this dating market is unlike anything I've ever seen. And baby, truthfully, well, I was going to say something and it totally slipped my mind. It was something very, very important. And God, it's the same thing that happened to you. We'll get back to it if I remember what it is. But let's just continue for now. And if I remember what I was going to say, I'll mention it, later on in the show. We think being friendly is the same as showing interest in a man. We are taught to think that if we act casual, a man won't notice that we're actually chasing him. Well, here's the thing. Okay. If you give a man any attention and it's nice, we're going to automatically assume there's a chance with you. Right. So, the problem is this, if you're walking down the street or something and you say hi to a guy, we're gonna assume you're interested. If you don't want us to feel you're interested, then just ignore us, right? And so that's a massive confusion. And as far as guys, even if a woman says hi to you walking down the street, just say hi back and keep on moving, unless she turns around and chases you and says, "Hey, you know what? I don't know. You just look really cute. I like, can I get your number or whatever?" Right? Let the woman come to you in that situation, because if she's really into you, then she will want your number and she will ask you, for that. But the truth is we are. And when we do things that seem like we're chasing to a man, it is a turnoff for him. He feels smothered and feels an aggressive vibe from you that does nothing to inspire him to want to get closer. Well, that depends on the situation, okay? If there's an attraction between a man and a woman, if a man is into you and you're into him and you start to chase him, that's exactly what he wants. Because in essence, you're basically saying, dude, I really like you. You're cute. If you feel the same way about me, I'm basically trying to give you the sign that I want you to ask me out, right? And that's the sign that men look for. But if you ladies are not chasing us or giving us that sign, okay, and you want us to come and chase you, okay, even if you are interested in us, it's going to be weird with us chasing you, because when a man chases a woman, it comes off to most women subconsciously as us being weak, needy, desperate, and insecure. A man that is strong is going to be able to live his life with or without a woman. And when the right woman comes around, okay, the woman is going to make herself available to the man. That is feminine energy and masculine energy. What are your thoughts about what I just said there, baby?
Um, it kind of sucks because I had some oh, I know what my thought was before. I want to talk about um the interaction between a woman and a man. So let's
Okay.
say you don't know somebody, you're at a park, you're on a trail or something, you make eye contact, and the woman politely just says, hello. Now, of course, like you said, he's automatically thinking that's, the gateway in to get into her pants. That is, it's so hard for us women because I have male friends that, when I talk to them, I'm like, already, hun, I'll give him a hug, whatever,
Yeah.
and who I feel comfortable with. And, but, and like I've said in the past, I'll walk up to a total stranger, like a woman, and, if she is just giving that vibe of positivity or whatever, I have no problem complimenting her on how beautiful she looks, or maybe her outfit is super beautiful. Now I can do that to a stranger as a woman to a woman without it looking bad, but you cannot do that for a woman to a man innocently without them thinking they're chasing you. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But here's the thing, babe. Let me put it into perspective. Let me know what you think about this. Okay. I get where you're coming from. And I think here's where the confusion happens, because, like I've said before, it's funny how, 80% of the women nowadays want the top 20% of men, right? And typically that includes the Chads and Tyrones, right? So women want the best looking guys, but they also want that guy to be a good provider, a good dude, a faithful dude, and all that, right? And so with the top 10 or 20% of guys, I consider myself to be, humbly speaking, one of those top 20% guys. Okay. We have, we have, we have options. Just like you ladies have options. We may not have as many options as you ladies, no matter how good looking we are or how good we are, because of the thirsty beta males. They're giving you ladies an enormous amount of insane options, right? But what I think the blog author is speaking of is the top 20% men that you ladies want. You ladies know we have other options. And if you overwhelm us with too much pushiness, clinginess, and all that kind of shit, you're going to push us away and we're going to go with the next best option. And in that situation, I can understand
That
that.
was my next point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you see
that
what I'm
was my
saying?
next point.
Baby,
Is
baby, tell me
if
we're
you are
good. Tell me we get it. Go ahead, we get it, right?
we get it. No, no. What I think also what she's saying is that if a woman is overly aggressive in chasing a man, then she becomes that, what do they call it? The stage 5 clinger or something like that. And she's stalking you. So, like, you meet a girl, you guys talk, you exchange, messages, whatnot. She
Pleasantries.
immediately Googles you. Well, that, yeah. And she immediately Googles you, finds out where you live, and then she shows up at your house. That's a little, yikes. That's a little too chasing, you know? So there's got to be a right way to do it. And the right way, like we were saying, is the text messages, or calls or emails, whatever y'all prefer, and make it, the woman comes first. Good morning. How are you doing? How's your day?
Uh-huh.
and then you get a response. And then
Hmm.
the rest of the day, you don't really do anything until after work. And then it's,
Right.
hey there, I'm home. How are you doing? How was your day? How
Hmm.
was your work day? And
Yeah.
then you initiate another conversation. And that's kind of how it should be in the beginning. And
Yeah.
then that
Women.
gradually
Yeah.
will turn into the two of you doing it evenly, which is what you and I do.
Correct. No, and that
Because
makes
you
absolute
will,
sense.
yeah, because there are mornings, where I'll get up at 5 o'clock with the dogs, and then I will be able to go back to sleep. And you'll wake up and you're like, babe, where are you? I haven't heard from you. Are you still sleeping?
You know
And
why
it's
I
like,
reach out to
oh,
you during that?
yeah,
You know what? You know why I reach out to you when I haven't heard from you, knowing that you usually get up early because of your medical conditions. And I just want to make sure you're okay.
uh, yeah,
And I do love you, babe. Don't get me wrong. It's like I'm not a clingy or needy guy, but when it comes to health, especially regarding the people I care about the most, like yourself, my mother, my family, etc. If I know your pattern is you usually reach out to me by a certain time, and I don't hear from you, I'm gonna reach out. That's just a natural thing,
exactly.
right? Okay, go
Yes.
ahead.
Yeah. But like I was saying earlier, also, if you're up early and you're already getting to work and you decide you're going to go for an 11 o'clock walk, you're already sending me things hours before that, and that's before I really get up and start getting on the phone. So,
Yeah.
because you're already prepared for your day, you
Hmm.
know? So, and that's all I was saying is that it's just, you know, at this point in our relationship, it's a pretty even chase, I think. I don't even think we're chasing anymore. It's just even respect of each other.
Yeah, and speaking of that, babe, let's get into. I think this is the final part of the blog here. Um,
Okay.
we gotta blitz through these because it's we gotta wrap it up soon. Here are 4 things we may think of as friendly that are actually chasing a man. Calling him before he calls you. This includes calling him because you heard or read about something interesting, or because you knew there was a great band playing somewhere, or someone told you about some great event that you want to invite him to, or anything at all. It also includes calling to ask why he hasn't called you. And that's happened sometimes with you. It happened with my exes. And if you're a guy and your woman has never called you or texted you to ask you why she always calls you, like, baby, I know you don't like hearing a whole lot about my ex, but I had this conversation once with Dana. She's like, how come I always text you first and you never text me first? I started laughing at her. I go, that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, it's like, I don't want to be overwhelming. When you text, I text you back. Well, how about you text me at least just once per week, just so you do that. I'm like, okay. And now, baby, I don't look at it that way. I text you when I need to. You text me when you need to. You understand what I'm saying, right? But this is exactly what the blog author is saying. It shouldn't have to get to this point. It should just be what feels right, as long as it's not excessive on both ends, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So anything else you want to add to that,
And
or should we continue?
I think, like, calling him before he calls you, I think that has a lot to do with insecurities. Like, if you reach out and he hasn't called you in a certain amount of time, you're thinking, oh God, he's ghosting me. And then now you're blowing up his phone. Or maybe you saw something on Facebook that made you think like, oh gosh, maybe he's not interested, you know? And now you're blowing up his phone, and it's just, that's too much. That's
Yeah.
way too much.
And I also think, baby, like the first 3 months in the relationship, it is the honeymoon period, like everyone calls it. I think if I think if people make it past 3 months, that's when you have the best chance of a relationship working. But the first 3 months, like seriously, between the man and the woman, you got to be cool with each other. You just got to go with the flow. You can't be pushy or anything like that. Now here's the thing, like, baby, like, you, like, how soon did you know that you wanted something with me? Like honestly, how soon did you know, like, you wanted to be with me?
Um, well, it's funny you say that. The first night, when we were sitting there in the car, right before we were gonna leave, you're like, "Are you feeling this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You want to do this?" Or you go, "You want to do this?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do this." And that's when I felt that's when it was done.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We won't get into that much more detail. We've shared that story many times. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna rehash that here tonight. But yeah, that's all it took. Typically, men and women know, like, almost right away if there's going to be a future or not. That doesn't mean you're going to push that, right away or within the first 1 or 2 months. But if you get to the third month or second or third month, sometime between, you know, a month and a half and 3 months, the woman is going to start to really feel it, and she's going to want to, commitment, right? And then she's going to bring it up. You want to
Mhm.
wait for the woman to bring up the commitment. That is her job, and it has to be her idea. And your job as a man is just to hang out, have fun, and hook up, just like Coach Corey Wayne says. Hang out, have fun, and hook up, and just be cool, right? And then she'll bring it up at some point. And at that point, you could say, yeah, I feel the same way, right? Just be cool about it, right? Because a commitment in between a man and a woman, it's a pretty intense thing, especially nowadays. Like, committing to someone, baby, nowadays, wouldn't you say, is a pretty intense thing? So you gotta do it right. You can't force it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. You have to make sure that you are compatible. There's, common interest. Even your jobs are can coexist. If somebody has animals, they could work, like there's a lot that goes on when you decide to commit to one
Okay.
individual.
Excellent. Let's continue here because we got to really start wrapping this up soon. We are at 1 hour
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
46 minutes. Initiating contact, emailing him, texting him, Facebooking him, sending him a cute card, dropping by his house, or in any way attempting to initiate some kind of contact. I mean, we're well beyond that, baby. You email me, text me all the time, Facebook me, send me a cute card, you come over. We're in a relationship. I mean, like, that's so cool. Like,
Can
for
I
me, like,
Yeah, can I bring up a point? Can
yes,
I bring up something?
absolutely.
And you're going to be surprised that I bring this
Oh,
up.
okay, go
But
for it.
this is exactly what Dana did. She chased you and she literally dropped a letter at your house. And that's what got you, right? Tell that story.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to, we don't have to get too far into it, but yes, I mean, initially, I wasn't ready for the relationship. And after seeing her a couple of times, I kind of ghosted her. And because I just, I wasn't ready for it. I liked her, and, I thought she was attractive and blah, 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 right? And then she, dropped off a letter, and it was handwritten. And, I, at that point, I, you know, put myself back out there, and I went on a few dates, and nothing came out of it. And I was like thinking about that letter, and I ended up reaching out to her. And at that point, I was more ready than I was before. And she actually gave me another chance. But yeah, that was, I get you ladies. You ladies are very good at doing those things. And actually, I think initially the lady needs to do more of that initially because it's chasing. But I think once you get into a relationship, like where we're at right now, baby, there's nothing wrong with me texting you first every now and then or whenever. There's nothing wrong with me dropping by your place or sending you a cute card or something. I mean, in lieu of cute cards, I get you cute Under Armour outfits when they're on a good deal. And
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
baby,
Yeah, truth.
I think you've got truth. Is that a truth bomb?
That is the truth bomb.
Truth what?
Bomb.
Truth bomb. That's the original one and only truth bomb right there. Just saying, right? Let's continue here. Let's see. It was driving by his house or in any way attempting to initiate some kind of contact, making suggestions or plans, inviting him to come and join you, or in any way acting like the social director of the relationship. Well, I think the man, needs to, I think the woman needs to initiate the contact, and then the man needs to set up a date. I think that's the way. That's what Coach Corey Wayne says, Coach Dan Bacon, and many other coaches say, and I agree. I think for the most part, this is how beautiful it works. The woman reaches out. Hey, babe, how are you doing, baby? I miss you. Oh, hey, babe, I miss you too. Hey, let's talk. When are you free to get together? I'd love to see you again. When are you free to get together? Oh, babe. But see, with you, babe, it's like I already know when you're coming over. It's like we're past the point of the initial dating stage where we've gotten on this rhythm and it's just a natural thing. But early on, it's supposed to be, okay, woman reaches out. Hey, how's it going? Oh, good. How are you? Great to hear from you. Hey, I'd love to hang out with you again sometime. When are you free to get together? Right? And that's all you do. And then the woman says, well, I'm free this weekend. Oh, that's okay. Cool. Right? That's it. Right, baby? Simple. We don't have to go any further into that. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? What's
pretty simple. No, pretty simple. And I just want to, I didn't bring up Dana for us to bash her, JT. I don't think she played his emotions. I think everything was pretty genuine in that relationship.
No.
So
let me respond to that real quick. JT, listen, as a man, I will own this, and I've owned it, many times. I know you haven't been to all the streams, but Dana was a good woman, and he was very loyal, very faithful, and it was my fault why that relationship didn't work. And that's why with this woman here, when I first got with her, I made her aware of everything that I didn't make Dana aware of. Okay. And the reason why I didn't make Dana aware of these things is because, number one, I didn't know how YouTube was initially. Number two, I didn't feel it was necessary to share, such intimate details about my family and family estate and personal things about my finances and stuff like that, because it was early on. Right? It was going to get to that point. But I realized that when a woman is really into you, you got to be honest with her from the very beginning, even about all the personal shit. Right? So with this woman here, I told her everything. I told her about my bankruptcy that, happened 13 years ago, and now I've got perfect credit again. And that's the only blemish on my background. Everything else is clean, no criminal history, no nothing, right? I made her aware of what's been going on YouTube. I made her aware of all the hateful videos. I made her aware of what people are saying about me. I made her aware of what's true and not true. And I said, look, hey, before we invest further into each other and get emotionally attached and get hurt if you don't want to continue after I tell you all this, let me tell you all this first and see if you still want to stick around. And what happened, baby, after I made you aware of all that stuff?
I was fine with it. I
And you were
was
fine with
not
it because
scared of
because
anything.
because I was open and honest. I was transparent about it. I wasn't that
Well,
way
yeah,
with
I
Dana.
wasn't blindsided. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't blindsided by anything. So whenever anybody wanted to come and try to come at me on YouTube or in my personal life and go, "Oh, I found this on YouTube." I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, I know. I saw that too." You know? No big deal.
No, no.
Um
Dana Dana was a good woman. I'll turn it right back to you in a second, baby. Dana was a good woman.
yeah.
It's just that at that point, I made the mistakes. I probably wasn't as ready for that relationship as I thought I was. And, also being a YouTuber, I didn't know as much about YouTube as I know now. And, had I known back then what I know now, it might have been a different story. But here's the thing, at the same time, I always believe that things happen for a reason. And just because we may have been compatible, it didn't work out for a reason because I was meant to be with this woman, right? You got to look at things in that way. And that's the way I'm looking at it. Angel's Asylum says, hello, everyone. JT says, hey, Angel. I wasn't trying to bash her. No, I know you weren't, JT. I was just clearing it up.
No,
Listen,
I
bro,
know, Jade. Yeah.
but I'm owning it, baby. Listen,
We
I'm
realized
owning
that.
it. Go ahead.
I just wanted to make it clear I wasn't bringing her name up to bash her in the sense that
Right.
she was chasing you. I was bringing it up as an example based on the content of this blog that she did legitimately write a handwritten letter expressing her feelings and delivered it to your house. So
Yeah.
that's all I was bringing up the point,
No,
is that it
absolutely.
it happens.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I have no problem talking about it, but now it's kind of getting redundant. So I think we
Yeah,
should move on. Again, all I'm saying, JT, is I own it. Listen, I'm a dude. I make mistakes, and I was the one that screwed up that relationship. Okay. She didn't cheat on me. I didn't cheat on her. We were very loyal and faithful. It's just that I'm going to be honest and say, hey, it was primarily my fault, if not all my fault. She has a good family and good kids, and yeah, nothing bad to say. It just didn't work out, and primarily because of me. I'm man enough to admit that.
thank yes, and thank you, JT, for that last comment there. I appreciate that.
Let me read it, baby, because you like to get ahead of the show. That's the thing, baby. I love you anyway. I was just saying sometimes people can make it seem like it is more than it is. You seem much more happy now than then, Coach. Just an observation. Well, JT, here's the thing. And again, I love the woman I'm with right now. And there's a reason why things happen. What I'm saying is, if I had the experience and knowledge that I have now, back when I was with Dana, we may have still been together. All I'm saying is that things happen for a reason. It was a learning experience. And maybe it was more so meant to be with the woman I'm with here today. But again, you know, again, um, it was my fault and I screwed it up and I learned from it. And now, you know, I've been able to be more transparent, much more quickly with the woman I'm with. And it's working. And I love the fact that it's working, baby. I think you do too.
Absolutely.
Then let's continue because we're we got to wrap this up
Let's
soon.
go.
Asking him
Let's
how
do
he
it.
feels. Okay. Asking him how he feels. This includes especially asking him how he feels about you or the relationship. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with a woman asking a man that. I mean, you ask me that all the time, you know. And
Well, I don't ask you that now, but I did mid I would say about 6 months in, I was questioning,
Well, that's what any woman would do, baby.
you
It's a
know,
normal part. It's a normal part at that point.
but I don't ask you anymore because you tell me and I don't actually I tell you to stop telling me. Quite
Well,
honestly.
well, no, I don't think you stop telling me, baby. The thing is, I know you go through your moments, and there are times where women go through moments and they don't feel as worthy. It's because of the emotions women have, right? Sometimes you just get those moments, right? Doesn't mean
Mhm.
you're messed up or anything. And when you are in those moments, I just reach out to you and give you a hug and tell you how much you mean to me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's what you need
No,
from me at
there's
that
nothing
point.
wrong.
I feel that way about you, and you know I feel that way about you without saying it. But with women, women are very verbal creatures. They want to hear you every so often tell them how you feel. Now, you don't want to say that 24/7 because it gets annoying. But every so often, you want to hear that, hey, we still love you. We care about you. You mean the world to us, right? Not 24/7, but you
Yep.
get it. And especially during those times where you're having a moment, right? That's called a woman seeking validation, which is normal for women. At that point, you love the woman, validate her for Christ's sake, but don't seek her validation. I don't,
Yes.
sometimes, baby, as a joke, sometimes I'll just mess around and come off like I'm seeking your validation, but I do it because it's funny and playful. And I do it in a loving and playful way, primarily because of what I do for a living here with the coaching, and you already know that. But the bottom line is,
Yeah.
I don't ever seek her validation seriously, but she naturally and biologically is going to seek mine, and I give it to her whenever I feel she's seeking it. When she's going through one of those moments, emotional moments, for whatever reason, I give it to her because I love her and I want her to feel good. Anyway, let's continue. Good? Are we good? It's going to take a little bit to
Yes. Yep.
show up on your screen there, but you'll hear what I say here. These are things we do almost without even thinking about it. These are things that feel natural to us, and we excuse them by thinking we're just being friendly. And at the heart of this is one fear, feeling like we're going to lose him by not letting him know we're interested in him. Then if you like the dude, tell him you like him. God, how difficult is that? Baby, if you like a guy, like when you like me, you told me, didn't you? You fucking told me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, if these women are just sitting there, they like a guy, and then they're waiting for him to say, do you like me seeking your validation, right? No, if you like a guy, say, hey, I think you're cute. You seem like a cool guy, you know? Yeah, nice to meet you, right? You don't have to ask him out, but maybe just tell him, yeah, I think you're cute. You're a cool guy and you're cute. And like, wow, it'd be nice to get to know you. And then see if he says, yeah, I feel the same way. Why don't we hang out sometime? What's your number, right? Right? But ladies,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with you basically coming up and saying, yeah, we want you to ask us out, but we're not going to tell you directly. At least give us a sign. Yeah, you're cute. You seem like a cool guy. Nice to meet you, right? That is basically putting yourselves into our orbit. And then you're basically asking us without directly telling us that you want us to ask you out. And if we're into you, we're going to ask you out. If not, either the guy's really shy or the guy's not interested, and just go on to the next, right? Anything else you want to add to
Mhm.
that, babe?
No.
And nothing could be
I'm
further
good.
from the cool. And nothing could be further from the truth. Everything on this list is the same as putting a sign on your chest that says needy. It smacks of desperation, and it is just plain not attractive to him. This is ridiculously wrong right here. Okay, there. Yeah, there is a point where even women can become too needy, but that typically doesn't happen until you're in a relationship with them. Okay, like initially, when you're ladies, initially the first
Mm,
thing guys, initially the first thing guys think about, yeah, even if they like you, is they want to get to the promised land. We want the punani. Let's just be real, right? So even if you're a
mm-hmm,
little bit needy or something, we're not going to question it because, it's early on, and we want to hang out with you, see if there's any intimacy, see how that goes, and then we can all figure it out from there, right? So I don't know. Do
mm-hmm.
you think that women can come off too needy initially, baby?
Yes. And I think that happens um, a lot more so in situations where you might meet somebody at a bar where alcohol is involved. And because if she's drinking, a little liquid courage, then she's
She's
going to be a little
overly
bit more
vulnerable.
aggressive. And then if
Yeah.
yeah, overly vulnerable, but more aggressive, and to the point where it's unattractive.
Oh, so in essence, she's going to be forcing herself onto the guy, and guys want it to kind of be slow and subtle. Ah, yeah, good point. Babe, I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that. Yeah. No, that's a great point, baby. That's why we
Hmm.
have you on the show. All right, let's continue because we're almost done. He
Well,
may
thank
like it.
you.
You're welcome. He may like it. He may like it. He may be flattered. He may have no one else around, so he'll date you. Well, typically guys that have limited options, they don't know how to behave, and they come off very needy and desperate because you're their only option. That's why, as a guy, you got to have lots of options, because when you find the one that you really want to be with, you're not going to be overly desperate or needy, right? He may even come to
Hmm.
you. So he may even come to like you very much. You may even end up in a relationship with him, but you will never know how he really feels about you. Well, you can ask him. You can ask him, hey, how do you see? Like, if a woman asks you early on, how do you feel about her? Like, you can't, as a guy, you can't vomit your feelings. You can't really get too deep into it until 2 to 3 months into it. If she asks you how you feel, like first, second, or third date, just say, hey, no, I'm having a really good time. You seem like a really nice woman, and I would love to continue getting to know you. You're beautiful, and I enjoy your company, right? But you're not going to say, oh, I love you. I can't live
Yes.
without you. No, you got to be subtle. You got to let her know, hey, I'm interested, but I'm a cool, calm, and collective dude that's not going to rush this shit. I'm going to go at your pace. We're going to go at a good pace and see where it goes, right?
Mm,
But what
mm-hmm.
this woman is
Yes.
saying, is coming off, is saying, but you will never
Mm,
know how he really feels about you. Well, are you talking about when you first meet the guy or 3 months down the road? You got to be a little more specific, right?
yes. Yes.
So
Can I say something?
yeah, and I'm going to go back to full screen while you do that, because the next is just a pitch for her business, and that's the end of the blog there. But that was a good one,
That's
baby. I
fine.
can't I can't believe we got 2 hours and 6 minutes out of that.
That's great. Um, yes, I want to thank you, JT. Yes, I agree with um your last chat there. Um, hey, NC, you just popped in. But yes, no, we might want to talk after the show about some moderators.
What are you talking about?
Are you reading the chat at all?
Yeah, just ignore it, baby. It's not a big deal. Just ignore trolling. I don't care. I just got a chance to ban some people. It's not a big deal,
Okay.
baby. You got to understand something.
All JT was saying is Sweetheart, all JT was saying was, can we get a mod for these trolls, please? So I was agreeing with him. So I was
Yeah,
saying thank you
yeah.
for pointing that out.
Well, you want to know? You want to know what's really pathetic is I've got all this stuff blocked, and these people are basically phonetically changing the verbiage. And if they're going to go through that much effort, let them do what they're going to do. I really don't care. It doesn't matter. For some reason we have 27 people here right now,
Yeah.
which is cool, which is quite odd that we have 27 people here. um,
At the
that's
end of our show.
Yeah, at the end of our show, there's 27 people here, and that's makes me want to stay on a little bit longer. But go ahead, baby.
Oh, no, that's fine. You do what you want to do, baby. We're good.
No, no. But
Do you want to
what are your
address
final?
anything else here in the chat?
Um, what else do we have? I mean, everyone else has
Well,
mentioned what they wanted to mention,
I
and we've
think they're
gone
all
through the
just saying
chat.
hello now.
Well, Angels Asylum says women are
Yeah.
very emotional beings. Well, yeah, I mean, that's part of your natural biology. And Angel, you and I, and let me just make sure that that is the real Angel. I've known her for quite some time. That is the real Angel. Yeah, that's the real Angel. Um, Yeah, you've known me for a while, Angel, and I've said the same thing. It's with no disrespect. Women respond to everything emotionally first based on how they feel in the present moment. And like I told my lady, and my ladies come out and said, "Yeah, it makes sense, babe." What matters the most to women is how they feel about everything, including the man they're with. It doesn't matter to a woman. It's not a woman's not being rude being this way, but to a woman, it doesn't matter what the man thinks about her. It matters how she feels about that man from the first day they meet and every single day they're together. And as long as she's feeling it for that man, it's all good. The moment she stops feeling it for that man for whatever reason, even if he does everything right, it's over. It's about how
It's over.
you feel about the man. End of story. Bottom line. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, I understand. JT just answered your question. Um, no, yes, I totally agree with everything you just said.
Hmm.
Everything.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Excellent.
Hmm. What? Why are you humming me?
It's all good, baby. I love you. That's why I'm humming you. You know, I love you.
Well, I love you too, sweetie. There's a lot of things like people don't understand. You and I have a lot of the same views on things. And that's why our relationship works so well.
Yeah.
Like, and all we're trying to say is, you know, you just got to find your perfect match out there. Somebody that understands understands where you came from, your morals, your ethics, your beliefs, and has similarities with those. And
Yeah.
that's essentially what I found in you.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. And I feel the same way about you. I mean, here's the thing. When you're meant to be with someone when it's effortless. And I'm not saying that a relationship doesn't take effort. It does from both sides. It takes a lot of effort. But when it feels like it's effortless, despite the fact that it takes a lot of effort, that's when you know it's real. Basically, what I'm saying is that for the one you love, you're willing to go out of your way and make all the effort in the world for them, right? Both sides will. And it just feels like it's kind of like what I do here for a living. Okay. Like I don't even consider this work because I love what I do. When you love what you do, it's not work. And that's why I'm so motivated to keep coming back each and every day to keep producing content to help people. You know what I mean, baby?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now,
You got to
real quick
love what
here.
you're doing. You got to love who you're with. You got to make sure you're completely content in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not going to work out.
Yeah. Now, baby, let's take this moment before we wrap it up and talk about one more thing not related to the topic. This channel here is going to be monetized very soon. And, we've been debating on whether to make these in studio streams members only chat or just leave them open to the public. And I kind of mentioned a little bit about that on my walking stream earlier today. But since we have the time right now, a little extra time to talk about this, let's do it right now. What are your thoughts about that?
Uh, my thoughts, I think, and I shared this with you earlier, I think that we should have your walking streams as members only. We should leave Coach Eli 2 uncensored or whatever name it's going to turn into in the next few days
Mm-hmm.
as open as we can. I know you discussed maybe dropping it down to a 99 cent members fee, but I do like how we have communication here. And I think if we can develop some really good relationships here with the people that we are trusting, we can have a good set of moderators and we could still talk with people. And so that's
Right.
why I don't want to necessarily make this members only. I want to bring everybody in and, because you never know, like you could bring 5 people in and 4 of them could be sock accounts, but one of them's legit looking for help.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is my thought on it.
No, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And, I'm not bothered by this, but, some guy just can't stop getting off my jock or getting on my jock. I mean, can't get off my jock because he's being compensated to do this. And then he sends people here. Again, I'm not upset by it. Neither are you. Most YouTubers do not get trolled and harassed in this way. It's just this guy has a boner for me because his sponsor is forcing him to do this, despite what he's saying. And again, I'm not upset by it, but yes, I agree with you, baby, that what I think we're going to do, this is what I think we're going to do. I'm going to keep it at $2.99 for the Walking with Purpose streams when they move over here. They're going to be publicly available. Those Walking with Purpose live streams will be publicly available when they move over here to Coach Eli 2. And it's going to cost $2.99 for members only chat. They will be a members only chat publicly available. As far as the in studio streams that I do from the studio and that I do with you, what was that?
That was me just moving
Tooting?
around.
Oh, you
No,
didn't toot.
no. I was just moving around trying to take my stupid jacket off, and I guess I just rubbed the microphone or something a weird way, but I heard it too, like in my ears. It was
Yeah,
weird.
it's
Um
okay.
yeah,
It's
I was just doing that.
it's totally cool, but I think yeah, NC is queen. It's not a big deal. I don't really care if he's taking views from me or not. Again, I know you care, and I'm just saying it one more time here. These are people that are not going to support this channel anyway. They're not going to donate. They're not going to purchase memberships. They're not going to send super chats or donations, like I said. So it really doesn't matter. Quite frankly, the only thing that I really wish would stop is, sending people to troll the chat just to entertain his rebroadcast. I don't care that he rebroadcasts. It doesn't matter. Many people do that out here on YouTube. But, when you send people and you dox people, you send people to dox your chat, right? Which I don't even care about that because it's been played out. It's just a little bit distracting. But we've learned to deal with it, and it's not that big of a deal. So it is what it is. And here's the thing, NCS Queen, you know, at the end of the day, it's gonna either get old or, something else will happen. Like, I don't flag people anymore for copyright or guidelines, but I can't control what YouTube's algorithm does or other people do. And when people, push the boundaries like this, it's always karma that gets them in the end, you know? And JT says he is Queen. It is sad because he has no content of his own. The guy is a leech all the way. He is a leech, but he knows it, right? He knows he's a leech. All he does is recirculate content, reuse content from people all over YouTube. And the thing is, he's more than capable of creating content. He used to do it when I first met him almost 6 years ago. He was creating content similar to mine, but not as a coach. He was doing it for the MGTOW Men Going Their Own Way community, right? So, it is what it is. But again, baby, I think what we're going to do, are you still there, baby?
I am. Yes.
Again, what I think we should do with the in-studio streams is make them subscribers only, like we have them now. And people need to be subscribed in order to chat. But I'm also thinking, baby, that I want to make a waiting period of 24 hours minimum, meaning that in order to chat, you need to be subscribed for at least 24 hours in order to chat. Because what that's going to do is, if people are just coming to troll that particular day, they're going to have to subscribe and wait a day, or they're going to have to say, okay, let's just subscribe a bunch of accounts to Eli's channel and prepare, for the whole week, right? If people are going to troll, we want to make it a little bit more difficult, but we also, when you set a waiting period, people are more prone to come back if they value the channel. You understand what I'm saying? So what are your thoughts? Should it be subscribers only with a waiting period of 24 hours or so? Or should it be no waiting period? What are your thoughts about that? Or do you need to think about it?
I think I lean more towards not the 24-hour waiting period, but I understand it. So yeah, maybe I do need to think about that, and we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those are two great ideas there. I want to go back up to Angel. She said, as an inferior woman, I would feel uncomfortable telling a man I am interested in him. Oh, girl, I agree. I hear what you're saying. Because JT is right. Some women are afraid of rejection because of these beta men out there that, think they're all that. They're all, GQ'd up or whatever. My advice there is just getting to know somebody. If you don't do it online and you just meet somebody in person, whether it is at the local coffee shop, at the park, on a trail, in your grocery store, or at a bar, just talk to them, get to know them a little bit, and then feel it out, and then let them know how you feel. Don't just, you'll know if they are going to be okay to hear that information after a few conversations.
Yeah, baby, I saw that comment. Do you mind if I share my thoughts on that too? Because here's the thing. Like, I understand where Angel's coming from. It's an insecurity. And here's the thing. When it comes to beta males, like, I don't think you're an inferior woman, Angel, but for shits and giggles, let's just go with what you're saying, right? Respectfully, okay? If you consider yourself to be an inferior woman and you're afraid to tell a man that you like him, like, I'll tell you, the beta males will give anyone the time of day. But see, the thing is, even a woman that perceives herself to be inferior, like you perceive yourself to be, and I don't think you are, but let's just go with what you're saying.
I don't think you are either.
you'd be able to get the beta males. The thing is, you want a more high quality, high caliber, attractive man that has a great personality, etc. And that's what you fear. You know, that's why you fear, uncomfortable telling him, because you see, the men you want have more options than the men you don't want. The men you don't want have no options, so they'll accept you, right? And that's what's happening here. What's
Well,
happening is that 80% of the
and
women want 20% of the men. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know this for a fact about Angel, but if you have more old school traditional values maybe you were raised with, maybe that's why you feel that the man should approach you first, and then you can let them know how you feel. Um, I mean, because traditionally, a man asks a woman out on a date. A man asks for her hand in marriage. I know that now in this modern world is flipping around, but if you have these feelings, I can understand why you feel this way. And it doesn't make you inferior. It just, that's not an inferior thing. So just know that, love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done.
Thanks, baby. Let me answer a couple more questions here. Um, Actually, one more, and then we're going to go off the air because we are at 2 hours and 24 minutes, and we need to wrap this up. Have our quick call before bed, baby, and get some rest. Hold on a second. Give me a second here. So NC is Queen says, I disagree, Eli. They want to watch you. That guy turns those people against you. Why doesn't he talk positively about you? Because if he did, they would come back here. Well, here's the thing, NC is Queen. I'm going to refer you and everyone else that hasn't seen the video that I put out a couple days ago. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. It's exactly 1 hour, and it'll explain everything. It's titled, You Must Understand Why at hashtag Lycan Legion makes daily content and negative videos on me. Okay? It's his job. It's what he does for a living. He has a sponsor that's been sponsoring him and someone else like JB that's named JB Gunner and a few other people, but primarily him and JB Gunner for years to make certain types of content. Now, they always argue. This dude and JB Gunner, they always say, well, our sponsor doesn't tell us what to do. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Because if you paid the same amount of money to just be nice to people, then you'd be nice to people, right? Okay? But here's the thing. It's partially because of the sponsorship agreement. And it's also because the people that are watching my rebroadcasts on their channels are banned here because I block these people for being inappropriate, for being immature, for being mentally and emotionally unstable, for not being my right audience, right? And so people like this Lycan Legion guy and JD Gunner guy, they've been following me, and then they reached out to all these people and just brought them over and said, hey, if he blocks you on his channel, we'll rebroadcast his thing here, and then you can come watch and chat here, right? Now, back in the days, I used to copyright strike all of them. And what would happen is they would file counter notifications and they would win because I would have to sue them in court in order to keep the videos down. Well, it got to the point of where, I got tired of that game and I don't want to play it anymore. And it got to the point of where right now I said, look, I give you all my blessing to rebroadcast me wherever you want, how often you want. Why? Because number one, they're going to do it anyway. Number two, at some point, it's going to get old. It always does every year. At some point, it's going to get old. And at some point, we're going to surpass them to where it's not going to matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? So go check out that stream and you will hear more about what's going on. It's a business. They're running a business. They're clocking in, they're clocking out. And if you've noticed, I told my lady tonight, I'm like, I'm not paying any more attention to it because it's just not worth my time. I kind of started paying attention a little bit lately because I went on to a couple of his shows recently, and I was just saying, hey, look, how much longer is this going to go on for? I was nice about it, right? And I found out some things that I shared on that live stream I did that I mentioned a second ago. And let me read it to you one more time just to make sure, you go to the right stream. It was about 3 or 4 streams ago, and it's titled, "You Must Understand Why at #LikeandLegion makes daily content and negative videos on me." I explain it all there. Go check it out, and there's the reason. But I get where you're coming from, NCS Queen. And yeah, some of them would come back here. I heard that, I guess, JT was saying there were technical difficulties tonight, and that's why a flood of people came here. There were 25, 30 people at once. Now there's 14. It doesn't matter. The people that really want to follow my content, yeah.
Did you do that to JT or did Nightbot?
Baby, if I'm in the middle of talking and you see something go off the screen, can you please wait until I'm finished talking to ask?
I'm so sorry.
Nightbot timed them out. Yeah.
Okay.
Baby, listen. The chat is going to handle itself, and I'm not going to just ban somebody without any reason. And I will let you know if I ban somebody, if I ban them. It was Nightbot. Nightbot timed him out.
Sorry, JT.
So this is what JT said. And I'm just going to read this, and I don't know whether it's true or not. It doesn't matter. The dude is basically a homeless guy under an underpass with a tin can begging for money. He isn't half the YouTuber Eli is. The guy made $27 tonight and pretends he is rich. I worked hard and got a job that I can actually carve out a living on. I don't have to beg on here, and I made $500 in one day. Well, no, that's awesome, bro. Yeah, you used to make that kind of money too, baby. And you will again.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, JT, to be honest with you, bro, listen, I want to be the better person here. And here's the thing, I truthfully believe that him and other people that are supporting him on what's happening really don't want to do this. But he's making more money than he ever has before from this sponsor, and he has to do these things. Whether he says he is not coming at me paid, or not, it doesn't matter. It is, look, there's no way in hell someone would have the time and energy to rebroadcast 2 streams every day when each stream is 2-3 hours long. Sorry about that, JT. JT, we will talk about remoderating some. You and Dion might get some mod wrenches soon. Just, hang tight and we'll figure that out. But the bottom line is that, to be honest, I more so feel sorry for these people. Because deep down inside, I know they can do much better than they're doing here. And for them to succumb to this, to make a living, I could never stoop down to this level. I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. What? What, baby?
Nothing. Oh, no, nothing. It's a little warm in my house.
Oh, okay.
I was just kind of sighing because it's warm.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say. Unless anyone else has any other questions, get them in the chat right now, or we're going to be going off the air in a few. It is 1:30 a.m. Eastern, actually 1:28 a.m. Eastern, 10:28 p.m. Pacific. Nightbot is strict, LOL. Well, there's block words and emojis and stuff, and he's just protecting the chat there. You know how that goes, JT. But baby, anything else you want to mention before we go off the air here?
No, I about the blog or anything else.
Anything in general, the upcoming monetization here on Coach Eli 2, the members only chats, all that stuff, the
No,
simulcasting. I mean,
I think we
I
covered all that.
yeah,
I think we covered all that. I gave my opinions. So, like I always tell you, I don't like to beat a dead horse. So,
yeah,
yeah, no, it's all good.
yeah. And here's the thing. I'll put it out there this way here. I know that a lot of the other YouTubers that go back and forth with this, like and Legion guy, they get a lot more views than I do. But here's the thing. What these people do is they all reuse each other's content and they all copyright strike each other, right? I've never used any one of their pieces of content, right? And I basically talk, my lady and I, or myself sometimes, I may read a blog every now and then, but sometimes I go on the fly and I'm still getting 200 to 300 views without using anyone else's content. I'd like to see these people just talk on their own and get 300, 400 views on a show, right? I'd like to see that. Okay. And I'd like to see them get 200, 300 views without talking shit about anybody, right? Just talking about
I'd like to
something
see
nice
him do it
or
without
positive.
mentioning your name.
Without mentioning my name or Granny's watching name or, CJ's name or Natasha Cooper's name or RJ Sandiford's name.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, seriously, man. It's like, really? Are we going to just beef with the entire YouTube platform because that's our content? I mean, seriously, Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Right?
Hey, Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just really wish everyone would stop feeding into drama and then it would just dissipate on its own. But hey, some people just don't have the self-control you and I have, baby, and that's okay. Thanks for the like, Lewis, and good evening to you as well. We're about to go off the air. All right, baby, ready to rock it?
Rocket.
Baby, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everybody, for being here.
Yeah, what a great show tonight, baby. I really, really enjoyed it. We are at 2 hours and 35 minutes. We just hit 2 hours and 35 minutes, baby. I'll be calling you in about 15 minutes. Let me shut down my equipment. We'll talk briefly, and then we're going to plan out the rest of the week. Lewis in the house, says JT Thunder COCK. Yeah,
Yep.
that name, brother. Like that name, brother. That's awesome, bro. All right, baby. Backstage you go. Thank you so much for being here. Say goodbye to everyone, baby.
Bye-bye.
All right. My lady is backstage and off the show. Thank you for being here, babe. And thank you to everyone for being here tonight. Thank you, JT, Lewis, NC is Queen. Natasha's name says NC is Queen. Who else was here earlier tonight? Angels Asylum, thank you for being here as well. And anyone else that I missed. I'll be back tomorrow for a Walking with Purpose stream on the main channel and another piece of content here on this channel at night. With that being said, have yourselves a great night. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.